Okay. Uh, Once again, very good morning and thanks for being joining and thanks for your quick introduction, everyone. Okay. Uh, Nice to see everyone. Who is having good experience on Oracle, good experience on SQL Server. Maybe we noticed that couple of people are more, little bit more people, one or two, three people. We see that you are in Oracle domain. So last batch also we noticed that one or two people are in the Oracle domain. They're happy on the learning on the SQL Server part as well. Hope you will also find the good SQL Server content when you compare with the SQL when you compare with the Oracle here. Anyhow, we are trying to bring the PostgreSQL as well, right? That time definitely will take some help on the Linux part, the whoever been working as a Oracle. Okay. As part of today's session, yesterday we discussed brief about uh, eager writer. We discussed about asset properties. We discussed about what is instance, and the session has little diverted into the different concept. But let's stick with today. We are going to discuss what are the things will required when you want to install the SQL Server. Okay, I hope the couple of people can't understand some technical terms. No worries. In coming sessions, we are going to discuss that little bit deeper. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about what are the pre-installation steps and how to install. We'll try to install the SQL Server using graphical user interface, and we are also discussing how to install SQL Server on command line. So mostly on Friday you will get that session how to install SQL on command line. So Sai is going to hosting that session on Friday, how to install SQL on the command line. So, and we are major concentration today is licensing part, okay, and along with software assurance benefits. This is something we wanted to concentrate more on today. Before we install the SQL Server, what are the things we need to take in care? Let's concentrate that part today more. And if time permits, I will try to install the SQL Server. Otherwise, we'll go for tomorrow to install the SQL Server. What are the components are available? What you will see different varieties when you are installing the SQL Server. Let's go one by one. See, if you are going to purchase any product, so uh, yesterday we discussed about this slide. So technically in SQL Server, okay, so whenever you are installing a product, so technically we'll call it as an instance. Technically we'll call it as an instance. Each instance is nothing but a copy of the SQL Server.exe. SQL Server.exe. So in SQL Server, we are having two varieties of instance. One is the default instance, one is the named instance. So if you are having only, in simple idea, sir, I need to go for default instance or I need to go for named instance. You have a question. Now you know what is default instance. Means it just get the host name, is computer name. So using computer name, your SQL installation is hosting. So SQL Server.exe is hosting. So computer name is nothing but default name, default instance name. Named instance, you are specifying a name, different name. So whatever you want, you are specifying the name. Now, whether I need to go for default instance or I need to go for named instance, so being we are having two varieties of instance. Which instance I need to go in real world means think that on your VM, if you are installing only one instance, so you are installing one instance, mostly will go for the default instance because you no need to specify the different name, right? Whatever the host name, same name will be specified to the SQL Server as well. SQL Server name as well. SQL Server instance name as well. So mostly we will prefer the default instance. Mostly will prefer the default instance when you are having single instance. If you want to install multiple instance in a single VM, then obviously we will choose the default instance as a one instance and we'll go for remaining instance as a named instance. Mostly, most of the time, 90 to 95% you will go for the default instance. Remaining 10%, 5% will go for the named instance because olden days we are maintaining multiple instance in single VM, but nowadays we are maintaining only one instance in the one VM because we are dealing with the data, right? So massive amount of data will place in the SQL instance. This is the first thing you need to make a note down. Now, when you purchase any product, So for example, if you are purchasing MS Office, you need to purchase the license. Okay, if you are purchasing antivirus, you need to purchase the license. Or you can go to the Google and you can find the cracked versions, all the stuff you will get. Like same, when you go to the SQL Server, we need to purchase the licenses. We need to purchase the license. So here on your laptops, you are installing Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows 8.1. In real world, so we will install the Windows servers. In real world, we'll install the Windows servers. So Windows Server 2022, Windows Server 2016, Windows Server 2019, Windows Server 2012, Windows Server 2004. See, we'll install the Windows servers, Windows servers operating system. So here we are technically calling as a Windows 11, Windows 10, but in real world we'll install the Windows Server operating system. So for Windows Server operating system, not only see in entire one project, not only SQL Server, right? So you are having Oracle, you are having MySQL, you are having PostgreSQL, you are having different technologies. In entire one project, we'll having a different technologies. Out of all the technologies, our SQL is also one technology we are supporting for whatever the applications are completely storing the data in the SQL Server we are supporting. So your client can purchase n number of licenses for operating system as well as whatever the products they are going to use, they will purchase the licenses. Like for example, if you go for SQL, you need to purchase the license. If you go for Oracle, you need to purchase the license. If you go for MySQL, you need to purchase the license. If you go for PostgreSQL, it's a license free. But if you want certain features, okay, you need to purchase the little bit license. For PostgreSQL also, you need to purchase the enterprise PostgreSQL license. Okay, if you want certain features, otherwise you can go for it's a free license. It's an open source system, open source database management system. It's a free license, PostgreSQL. So we'll discuss when we are discussing PostgreSQL about licenses. Let's stick with the SQL. So when you are purchasing any product, you need to purchase the license. So first thing we wanted to know is what is our licensing, how the licensing is working in SQL Server, especially. So when you technically go, so we are having two types of licenses we'll purchase. So technically in on-prem, again, it is strictly on on-prem, sir. Okay. So when you go to the cloud, we'll see there is one more thing, Azure hybrid benefit. Okay. This is strictly on-prem. Okay. Don't get confused. Okay. So whatever here the PPT is presenting, this is strictly for on-prem. Okay. So when you go for Azure hybrid, when you go for cloud, Subbu, how the licensing is working means there is a concept called Azure hybrid benefit. Using Azure hybrid benefit, you can purchase the licenses. Means this like SQL Server core licensing part. One is per core based license you are purchasing. There are two types of licensing. One is core based license. One is server plus cal license. One is core based license. One is server plus cal license. So when you are going to purchase your laptop, so for example, you are going to purchase your laptop. What are the things you will majorly look into? What are the major things you will look into? So, for example, you will most of the people will love to purchase the processor. So first we need to look into processor. We'll look into the storage. We'll look into the RAM. We'll look into the graphics. So these are the major thing, and also go for the brand. So which brand laptop is the best servicer or customer so response is good, very good. So you will look into and you will purchase the laptop, right? So majorly when you go for the component level, you will see the core, you will see the RAM, you will see the storage, you will see the graphics, okay, and also you will see the brand value, you will see the brand as well. Now, when I go to the core, so for example, most of the people will purchase the Intel processors, which is more powerful processor when you go for laptops. But when you so for example, if you are going for mobiles, okay, Snapdragon processor you will purchase. Mostly that will iOS driven processor or Snapdragon Dragon processor. Like same when you go to the our reality, so most of the servers will falls under the Intel processors will or Exynos processors. So Yeah, right. So if you go to the Intel process, okay, so if you go to the processors, we are having different processors. So Intel Core Ultra processor, Intel Core processor, Intel processor, okay, Intel Exynos processor, Intel Atom processor, so Pentium processor, Celeron processor. So we are having different processors which is offering by Intel, which is offering by Intel. So for example, if I go for Intel Core Ultra processor, okay, if I go for Intel Core processor, see, these are all the processors list. These are all the processor list, and what are the total cores you will get it, and what is maximum speed of your processor, like 4.2 gigahertz per speed, 3.5 to gigahertz per speed. Even when you go to your laptop and when you run MS Info 32, if you run MS Info 32, so whenever you go on purchasing laptop, okay, Info 32. So first, whatever the laptop you decide. So if you go to the physical, if you are purchasing on Amazon or somewhere, you can't find it. But if you go to the even they will provide all the specification. But if you go to the physical, if you open MS Info 32, it will clearly say that which generation, which is type, okay, and what is the gigahertz per speed, and it will also show you how many physical cores, physical cores. This is physical cores, sir. How many physical cores? How many logical cores? Physical core you can see in the motherboard they will place the physical core. On that physical cores, they are going to segregate into the logical processors. These are the logical processors. These are the logical cores. These are the physical cores. This you can see whenever you open the motherboard. Okay, you can see they will place one chipset. Okay, Intel chipset. Okay, you can see, but logical inside that physical core, there will be logical threads. There will be logical threads. You will get this information as well as you will find the RAM information. You will find the graphic information. Everything you will get it right. So when when you are going to purchase the license of your SQL Server, okay. So we are having two varieties of licenses. One is core based license. What is your VM? How many cores your VM is? In example, my laptop is running with how many cores? 8 cores. My laptop is running with 8 cores. Okay, 8 physical cores. 8 physical cores. So now how I need to purchase? So for example, if I go for core based license, per core based license. Now how Microsoft is calculating this one means, okay, if you go and search, I will paste all these URLs in the description window. You no need to worry. If you just scroll down, so for example, uh, basically in SQL Server also we are having the editions, which will place a important role. Editions like Enterprise Edition, Standard Edition, okay, so evaluation editions. So we are having different editions. Okay. So enterprise edition, standard edition, evaluation edition, express edition, developer edition. Okay. So we are having different editions. When you are going to purchase a product, so every product having different editions. Edition. So enterprise is our topmost edition. Okay. Below that there are standard edition, and evaluation edition is a free edition where we are going to do all the practice, everything. It's look like a enterprise only, but it will expire every 6 months. Every 6 months, it will expire. Then about Express Edition, Developer Edition, we'll discuss about this edition in a while. So majorly, when you go to the real world, when you especially go to the real world, you are going to purchase the Enterprise Edition. You are going to purchase the Standard Edition, and in technical interview question also, when you are attending interviews, someone may ask you to test your technical skills. Which edition you will use more frequently? Standard edition or enterprise edition? In real world. Anyone, sir? Which edition you will use more frequently? Enterprise edition or standard edition?
I've seen a standard edition more accessible.
Yeah, standard edition.
Standard edition more.
Yeah.
80% is standard edition, 20% is more.
Good answer, sir. That's what we are expecting. Okay. Very good answer. Don't tell enterprise edition, sir, because license cost is massive when you compare with the standard edition. Okay. So, sir, price is, sir, for us, money is very important, right? For as a human being, money is very important. Okay, even when you are going to when they are going to purchase the softwares, okay, either it can be SQL, it can be Oracle, it can be any technology, sir. Money plays a crucial role for us, right? So when it's really needed, we want certain feature. That feature is not available in the standard edition. Okay, that is only available in the enterprise edition. Then will that feature they really want, your application team really want that feature, which is not compatible in the standard edition, which is compatible only in the enterprise edition. Then we'll go for enterprise edition, sir. Most of the time we'll go for the standard edition. So for example, if you wanted to configure always on availability group, we'll go for enterprise editions. If you wanted to configure basic always on availability group, we'll go for standard edition. Okay, so we'll see the differences. What is the editions? What are the features? Okay, we'll discuss in coming slides, sir. Let's in real world, most of the time we will use standard edition, enterprise edition, and couple of the projects they will use express edition, sir. Means entire project they are using express edition only. Entire project they will use express edition. Couple of projects when based on your projects, okay, whatever you are getting, some projects will work only in the express edition, only in the express edition. So depends on their needs, sir. Depends on their need, depends on their limitations. Okay, your application team come to us and ask that, hey, can you please go and install the SQL Server Express Edition, SQL Server Enterprise Edition, SQL Server Standard Edition. Okay, they will let us know which edition they wanted to. We wanted to install as a DBA. So before we go into the edition differences, let's stick with, so we are having enterprise edition, standard edition. Okay, now how the licensing, what are the different types of licensing are there, and how the licensing is working. Let's make little bit concentrate, sir. Okay, so when you go for enterprise edition for two core, so let's open the notepad, sir. One second, let me open the notepad. Okay, so yesterday we completed cardinal estimation for. Okay, now let's, where it is, let's zoom it, sir. Now what Microsoft is saying, okay, for enterprise edition, for two core, for two core, for two core, okay, how much Microsoft is charging? $15,122, sir. It in the in it is in the dollars. Okay, let's go to the one notepad and we'll paste it. So how much they are charging? 15,200 and 123. 123. Let's convert this dollar, sir. This a dollar. Let's convert this value to the rupees, Indian currency. Open calculator. Okay, so if I go here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, into, for example, currently 80. Let's make it as 80. How much Microsoft is charging for one enterprise license for two cores? For two cores. For two cores. For how many cores, sir? For two cores, Microsoft is charging how much? Microsoft is charging for two cores. Microsoft is charging almost how much, sir? When you go to the in terms of Indian currency, sorry, two cores. Yeah, how much Microsoft is charging?
Around 12 lakhs.
About 12 lakh.
Around 12 lakhs. For example, if you are having 8 cores, 16 cores, 24 cores, let's see how much Microsoft will charge. So license cost is little bit higher, sir. Please be aware this concept, okay, everyone. So that's the reason most of the time. See, that is how, sir. Actually, basically, If you go for enterprise edition, this is how much Microsoft is charging. If I go for standard edition, if you go for standard edition, per core, how much Microsoft is charging, sir? How much is charging? Per 2 cores, how much is charging Microsoft? Per core, how much is charging Microsoft?
3045.
Okay, let's convert this value. Let's convert this value. Open the calculator. So 3,945 into, for example, 80. Let's say make 82 only, sir. 3 lakhs. 3,15,600 rupees. Microsoft is charging per core. Per core. Per core only, right? Yeah, per 2 cores. Okay, 2 cores. Microsoft is charging this much, sir. Now, if you are increasing, okay, if you increase, so what kind of laptop yours is? So take my laptop, sir. It's a 8-core laptop. It's a 8-core, 8 physical core. It's 8 physical core. Now I am going for core-based license. I'm going for core-based license. When I go for here, we are having 2 types of licensing, right? So if you go to the licensing guide also, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, sir. I will share all this document, okay? If you have some time, just refer once this all the document, okay? I will share a simplified document. You no need to go there. This is very simplified, high level, and which is the latest, sir. We'll discuss about this slide also. This is also Microsoft block only. Very interesting block. We wanted to know about this one. But actually, in a traditional licensing, so please understand 2 things. We are having 2 types of licenses. One is core-based license. One is server plus cal-based license. First, stick with the core-based license. See, per core licensing options allows for unlimited users or devices to access the SQL Server both internally and externally. From internally, from externally, unlimited users, unlimited device can access the SQL Server when you go for the core-based license. That is one advantage, sir. Okay?
So this
Mul-
code can you increase this code?
Yes, sir. You can increase. If you are increasing your VM capacity, see, for example, your currently your VM is running with 8 cores, and you are noticing some performance issue. Okay, you advised based on your investigation troubleshooting, you advised I need to increase the core. Okay, you need to increase the license as well, right? Yes or no? So Microsoft is
Yeah.
auditing. Microsoft is auditing, sir. Back end, Microsoft is auditing, and he will also um, send the auditing people to the respective companies yearly or every 3 years once, every 2 years once, every 1 year once. He will send the people to audit how the licensing you configured. Definitely, sir. Microsoft is auditing backend because what is the cost of one license? How Microsoft will leave that price, sir? Getting my point?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can increase the licensing, sir. You can increase your VM capacity as well, right? So most of the time, so whenever you increasing, your cost also will increase. How Microsoft is tracking this information means in terms of volume licensing, sir. This is how your license number looks like. Okay, key, your product key, sir. Your product key look like this. Okay, your product key look like this. So based on this key, your Microsoft is tracking. On this key, Microsoft is going to tracking, sir, how what licensing key you are going to use. Based on that, whether it is a key belongs to enterprise, its key belongs to standard edition, its key belong to. So, for example, if you go for 0000, it is a evaluation key. If you go for 1111 and 000, it is a express. If you go for 22222 and remaining all 0, it's a developer. But for standard, for enterprise, you will get the unique license key, sir. You will get the unique license key. Whenever you are installing enterprise edition, when you are installing standard edition, you will get the unique license key. This is how your license key looks like. By using this volume license key, Microsoft is going to track whether you are going to use the core based license or you are going to use the server plus cal license. What is the one advantage with core based license? Okay, unlimited users can access, unlimited devices can access, either it can be internal, it can be external. N number of users can access your SQL Server if you go for core based license. How Microsoft is getting that core based license means in your whatever the VM you are going to purchase, on that VM, how many sockets are there? Socket. Currently in my laptop, I am having only one socket, sir. If you open the task manager also, if you open the task manager also, you will see how many sockets my VM is listening. One socket with 8 physical cores and 12 logical cores. Physical cores. This is physical cores. This is logical cores, sir. Try to understand. Only one socket is there. So, for example, Bhushan, you told, right, if I wanted to increase the core, if I wanted to make my system as a little bit powerful system, okay, I will purchase one more socket and I will place one more socket in my motherboard, and on that socket I will place the physical core. That physical core will also contain the logical core slide internally. Okay, so 8 plus 8. So for example, you are going to purchase one more socket. So two sockets with the two physical cores, one physical core with eight processors, one physical core with 8 processors. Total 16 physical processors are there, and that physical processors are divided into 24 core logical processors. So now you are going to pay for physical, sir. Physical. Your VM is one socket with 8 physical cores, right? One socket with 8 physical cores. When you wanted to purchase the license and you decide that I wanted to purchase the core based license, then you need to purchase for 8 cores. 8 cores. Is it make sense, everyone?
Sir, why 8 core? Because it is why not
Logic.
2 core?
Why not? Sir, your VM is running with 8 core, right? My laptop is running with 8 cores.
Okay, that's depend upon the VM.
Yeah, your VM, sir. Physical cores for the on top of that VM. This is laptop, okay? Assume this is a server only, right? Either it can be laptop, it can be virtual machine, it can be physical VM. It's a server where you want to install SQL. On that VM, how the how the codes are designed? How codes are designed? Getting my point? Yeah. So that is how core-based license will work, sir. Core-based license. So the major benefit of this option is there is no restrictions to try to okay, a number of users or devices accessing the SQL Server, vice versa. Multiple users can access, multiple devices can access your SQL Server. There is no limitation, sir, when you go for core based license. Mostly will try to go for core based license most of the time, but again sir, again, some people will go for a different licensing, that is nothing but server plus cal licensing. Some people will go for server plus cal licensing. So server, they are going to purchase the license for server, and they are going to purchase the cal and the client access licensing. Client access licensing, sir. So for example, if you go for server plus cal, okay, this is your server, sir. Okay, for server operating system, server. So how much they are going to charge for server, sir? How much they are going to charge per server? How much they are charging?
$989.
Okay, so let's. Hey, come on. Where is calculator? Okay, so 989 into 80, for example. Okay. Oh, sorry. 989 into 8. Yeah. So 79,120 rupees. Okay, fine. Plus cal license. Okay, now this is the one interesting point, sir. Now you need to add this one for one client, for one client. Okay, so now Microsoft is charging $230. So plus 230. So plus 230 here. Remove this Indian rupees, sir. We don't want Indian rupees. Okay, plus $230. $230. So for example, one client wanted to access. So if you want one more client you wanted to access, okay, then you will pay 230 plus 230 plus 230 plus 230 plus. That is a one limitations are here. Okay, now let's calculate both. How much, sir? 9. Okay. 1. Oh, sorry. Instead of that, I will make this one. 989 plus 230 equal to, okay, this much Microsoft is charging for one client, one server. Okay, this much. And if I calculate to the Indian rupees, let's see, sir, into 80. Okay, this much Microsoft is charging. So if you are having medium application, sir, most you'd have very medium application, or you are starting you are starting one application, sir. You don't know how the market will be in the future, but you don't have enough budget. I don't want to go for standard edition. I don't want to go for enterprise edition. I wanted to reduce my cost, but I need what are the features we are getting on enterprise edition, standard edition, but I don't have that much connectivity. That many devices are connecting to the SQL Server. That time, instead of going for core-based license, we can go for server plus cal-based license. Okay, so that you will reduce the license cost. Once your market is growing, later on also you can upgrade to standard edition. Later on you can upgrade to enterprise edition. So license can be upgradable. You can upgrade, you can downgrade, you can upgrade, you can downgrade, sir. Okay, based on your need, you can upgrade. Based on your need, you can downgrade the license as well. But how the downgrade? Upgrade is very easy. Downgrade is little bit complex, sir. Downgrade is little bit complex, but upgrade is easy. Okay, we'll discuss when we are going to discuss in upgradation migration concept. We'll discuss about how you are going to upgrade the license, how you are going to downgrade the license, how you can downgrade the SQL Server, how you can upgrade, means data movement, all the stuff. We are going to spend almost 5 days. 5 days. Okay, let's stick, sir. You can, whenever you need, you can upgrade. Whenever you no need, you can downgrade, sir. Downgrade is little bit complex, okay, complex, but upgrade is little bit easy, sir. There is a, it's easy when you are going for upgrade, edition upgrades, license upgrade, but downgrade is little bit complex because we don't know what kind of features are available currently here. If I wanted to downgrade, whether the feature which is compatible only in enterprise edition, it won't compatible in the standard edition. It won't compatible, sir. That's the problem. When you wanted to downgrade, when the problem will start means, assume you are using any enterprise level feature that is not compatible in the lower editions, then the challenge will start. That you need to let the customer before, hey, being it is in enterprise edition, you are using this feature. If you want this feature to be available after you downgrade also, it is not compatible. Now will you happy to proceed as to downgrade, or is it any possibility you go for any other alternatives? That is how you need to provide the suggestions. That is how you need to provide the suggestions, sir. So basically, in terms of licensing, we will go for two ways. One is, okay, core based license. One is server plus cal based license. When licensing for server plus cal, SQL Server standard under the server plus cal option, customer must assign a license to the physical server hosting any operating system, that's system environment, sir. So one operating system, he is going to assign the licensing, and from there he is going to access the SQL Server. Only one to one device, sir. Okay, n number of users can connect. Don't think that cal means client access means only one user can connect. No, sir. Multiple users can connect, but devices no. Multiple devices no, sir. One to one, one on one. Got you? No?
There are multiple devices.
Devices, sir. Multiple hosts. See, you are you are using one application, third party application. You designed one application. Okay, so that application will be hosted in application server, right? So in real world, we are having multiple web servers. See, for example, so we are having web servers, web speed servers, okay, application servers, batch servers. So we are having these many devices, right? These many devices. Assume I am having only one device, okay, where I can go and access the SQL Server, where, because this is your starting of your application, sir. Okay, you haven't knows that maybe in future I can go. Let's that time I can upgrade here. As of now, I am starting with one application server, one SQL server. Let's make this connectivity so that my license cost will be reduced a lot. I no need to pay much amount to the Microsoft. Being in the starting position. For example, later on you can see because these are all the devices only, right? So there are web servers, web suite servers, app server, batch server, okay, QA servers, SAT servers, environments. Each environment they will maintain multiple devices.
So
When
these are
you
the client all.
yeah, client servers, these are all the application servers. These are all the application servers, sir. Web servers, web suite servers, app server, batch servers. Again, every server will interact to the SQL server? No. No, sir. Only couple of servers will interact to the SQL server. So how many devices are trying to make the connectivity to the SQL server? To understand, sir, in real world, this is how application servers looks like. Your application servers. And for this application servers only, they are doing a lot of things like load balancers, auto scaling. These are the app servers, sir. App related servers. DevOps people knows very well about this one. Whoever get a chance to work like a DevOps, okay, they knows very well about. They will build the different varieties of servers. Got you? No?
Yeah.
So we are having two type of varieties of licensing, sir. One is core-based license, one is server plus cal-based license. Okay, based on our, yeah, yes.
One doubt. See, actually, I didn't install server plus client license, so I'm not getting that concept. Actually, I went for this core based only. So when we are, do we mention anywhere it is for one client access so that other application cannot get connection more than one?
See, sir,
I didn't get that.
basically, yeah, basically twice I got this chance. Okay, uh, uh, for example, sir, in the licensing part, okay, especially for example, your application coming with, hey, what type of licensing are available in SQL Server? For example, okay, we don't know. Assume we don't know anything. Then now you will go and search in Google. You identified, okay, there are two types of licensing are available. One is core based, one is server plus cal based license. Okay, but we went to the blogs, we've read something, and we are not assume, sir, we are not that much clear. Okay, there is one thing. Okay, we need to create a case to the Microsoft team. Okay, we need to create a case to the Microsoft team, to the volume licensing team. So while you are creating a case to the Microsoft team, we need to create the volume licensing team. There will be separate teams, sir. Microsoft is maintaining volume licensing team. Whenever we create a case to the Microsoft team, okay, so they will help us. For example, we don't know. Now I will explain, sir. We don't know, assume we don't know. Now we wanted to get some inputs, more insights about server plus cal licensing. Okay, how it is working, how algorithm is working, how we know that. Okay, uh, uh, this stuff. Now when you go to the volume licensing team, okay, volume licensing team, they will guide us a lot. That's the first thing, sir. We need to do in real world. In real world, if you want to get more information about licensing, because only that people can handle everything, sir. Licensing part, they are very knowledgeable on the licensing part. There is very knowledgeable on the licensing part. One more thing, sir. uh, you will get a portal in your real world. Some people, what they will do, right, will have one portal. You will go if you wanted to download the software. If you want to download the software, we'll have the portal. If you go to the portal and you will download, there it will display, okay, different categories: core based license, server plus cal based license. Okay, you will get to know how many core based license are available, how many cal based license are available. Then you need to download the product from the portal. Or or this is one thing. One more thing is, you will directly contact to application team. Hey, I got a request. I need to install so and so SQL Server and so on so VM. Can you copy? Can you copy? And you need to and you also clarify what type of license you are expecting for as part of this installation. As part of installation, what type of licensing? So they will provide because they are the person who already had a talk to the Microsoft, what kind of licensing are available, and for what license, how much I need to pay. Okay, so they will attach that ISO file to the VM. We no need to worry, sir. We no need to worry. Or one more scenario is they will create a one shared folder path, or they will use the storage account. They will keep all our binary files like this, sir. They will create all the binary files like this. So, and when you open the binary files, so for example, this is my ISO file, right? When I open here, currently you are seeing only these folders, okay? But in real world, you will see enterprise folder, standard edition folder, okay? A folder also, two different folders, okay? So for example, you are going to install enterprise edition or standard edition, or you wanted to go for server plus cal license, and they are providing the volume license key. So you need to get that key, sir. Okay, Vijay Red asked. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So you need to get this volume licensing key, sir. Key. This key gets that information. What type of license it is? I hope you are getting my point. This key only, using this key only, we are going to track. We are going to track the information. So once once you copied that required, you will so mostly what they will do, right? They will integrate this key into the setup file. They will integrate this key into the setup file. You no need to pass every time the key, or they will provide the key, because license, we should not waste our license, right? Unnecessarily, by mistakenly, if you wanted to install standard edition, by mistakenly if you install enterprise edition, okay, the cost is varying, right? So some application team will secure the keys, and they will provide the key whenever you are going to install. So what type we are going means, the application team will let us know, sir. As part of, I involved twice when I'm going to perform this activity. Twice they provide the license key. So varieties of setup files you will find it, sir, in real world. Not like we are just going to the Google and downloading. In real world, you may download the setup file from the URL. You will talk to application team to attach the setup files. You may copy the setup file from the shared locations, or you may get the you may get in the Azure storage account. By default they will integrate the volume license key, okay? Or you need to ask that key as well to the application team. So whenever you are taking the KT, where our setup files are hosted, okay, how we need to copy the setup file, okay, what about the licensing we are going to use in our platform, you need to get it, sir, when you are taking the KT. That time you will get to know from where you are downloading, where you wanted to copy, whom you need to reach out, how they are following the licensing part. Clear? Not clear?
So from key, it is recognizing whether it is eligible for this one, how many
Yes,
license,
sir.
etc. So
Yes.
suppose I installed, I purchased a key for one user. Okay. So at a time we are trying to connect maybe 3-4 users. Will it allow, or it is against the licensing, or it will not allow? So like that case is there.
Good question, sir. Let me check, sir, that level, okay? Uh, okay, let me check, sir. I don't want to
Okay.
reveal
No, okay,
simply,
thanks.
okay? Yeah, I will have to
Yeah.
check, because uh, I got to chance to install, but I haven't looked into how the connectivity, okay? That physically I need to get a chance to see that connectivity as well. But let's see, anyone who is, let's check the Microsoft blog, sir, once again. I refer the Microsoft blog. I will come back to you tomorrow on that part, okay? Let's make that question, sir. Yeah, good. Now, this is the one thing, sir. Everyone must and should know. Everyone try to remember core-based license, server plus cal-based license. Very important. Next thing, what you wanted to learn means, what you wanted to know means, sir, Microsoft came up with a concept called software assurance. Okay, software assurance. which has been changed from November 1st, 2019 onwards. November 1st, 2019 onwards. Before 2019 November, how the licensing part is. From November 1st, how the licensing part in terms of software assurance. And again, I will come back, sir, when you go to the cloud, what is Azure Hybrid Benefit, how Azure Hybrid Benefit is working. Because, for example, you are in on-prem, sir. Now, currently, you are in on-prem. You purchase a massive amount of licenses. Okay, couple of licenses are still free. You haven't used it. You are free until you use Microsoft own charge, sir. Please keep it in mind. You purchase a bunch of amount of licenses until you use Microsoft own charge, because Microsoft is tracking via that key only. So assume you are having 10 to 15 license are free. Enterprise license are 10 to 15 are free. Okay, 20 to 25 standard edition license are free. Okay, now you decide I wanted to move to the cloud. I wanted to move to the cloud means I want to deploy my services on top of cloud services as well. Okay, either you go for PaaS platform, you go for IaaS platform. You decided I wanted to go to cloud as well. Okay, now you wanted to extend your business, and you want to move some of the data which is in on-prem, running in on-prem, to the cloud. Now, how the licensing will work in the cloud also, that concept is nothing but Azure Hybrid Benefit. Using Azure Hybrid Benefit, you can convert your licenses, on-prem licenses, to the cloud as well. You no need to pay any additional things, sir. Okay, so whatever the license you already purchased for on-premises, you can convert those license in terms of Azure Hybrid Benefit. Getting my point, everyone? So how that conversion is happening? For example, if I am having one core enterprise license, how many license I will get when I go to the cloud? When I go to the cloud, that is what we want to understand, sir. Yes, Vijay. Yeah.
We are making a tick mark when installing. This is what you are talking, I think. I have a license like that. There is a tick mark in Azure when we are
Yes, sir. You need to
creating
provide the
server.
key. Key is very important. Yes, you are agreeing the terms and conditions. That is
Okay,
just terms and conditions. Okay, you are accepting terms and conditions, but you need to specify the key, right? Some people will integrate that key into the setup file, sir. Okay, tomorrow I will let you know. Okay, tomorrow when we start the installation, you will let you know, sir. We can integrate that key into the setup file. You no need to pass explicitly the key, sir. You no need to pass explicitly the key. So what I am saying here is, whatever the you already purchased the license here, whatever you purchase license, can I convert this license to the Azure? Yes, it's possible, sir. Using Azure Hybrid Benefit. Using Azure Hybrid Benefit, whatever the license you already purchased, you can convert those license to the cloud as well. Okay. So before I go to the cloud, before we discuss to the cloud, let's stick with the high availability, sir. Because when you go to the real world, not only standard edition, right? Come on here. Hey, come on. Ah, hey, I'm forgetting the terminology. What is that? What is that? One second. One second. So let me open the setup file. I funny. Very funny thing. Come on, come on. First time. Go to the installation. Yeah. So not only standalone installation, right, sir? You will also go to the part of high availabilities. Okay. So you can install SQL on cluster. You can install SQL on standalone. Okay. You can install SQL on standalone. You can install SQL on cluster. Okay. You can install even on standalone. You are going to configure high availability techniques, right? Like for example, lock shipping, mirroring, cluster, always on. So when you go for high availability, how licensing is working? When you go for high availability, how the licensing is working? That is also we wanted to know, sir. Being we are a database administrator, okay, we wanted to know how high availability license is working. That is also has been changed, sir, from November onwards. Okay, and from 2019 November 1st and please little change on the licensing part as well, sir. Before till November 1st 2019, how the licensing rule is working. From November 1st 2019, how the licensing is working from on premises. So when you are having high availability, when you are having high availability, especially if you go for always on, sir, especially if you go for always on, okay, how Microsoft is charging means, so Microsoft, so for example, you are having three instance. If you are having three instance, okay, if you are having three instance, one is primary. The people who first time listening, sir, no worries. All these terminologies you will get it when you are going to discuss all high availability, sir, lock shipping, mirroring, clustering, replication, always on. That time you will get to know what is active, what is passive, what is primary, what is secondary, okay, what is principal, what is mirror. You will get to know, sir, all this stuff. No need to worry. Okay, just remember the terminologies. You will get to know in depth when we are going to discuss respect to concept. Now, when we go for the old licensing part, how Microsoft is doing in the licensing part means, for example, if I go for always on availability group, my primary, okay, which is running with 12 cores, one secondary replica is free, sir. It's free. Microsoft is offering free license. But if you have one more secondary which is acting as a DR, you if you have, sir, why we are going to configure high availability to maintain the high availability, to maintain the DR, disaster recovery. Okay, this is high availability. Within the same data center, I'm going to place two copies and one copy, one more data center. One copy, one more data center to satisfy RTO, to satisfy RPO, recovery time objective, recovery point objective. No worries, we will discuss all in depth. Okay, coming sessions. Okay, RTO, RPO will come into the picture. So how Microsoft is licensing is working means, so when you go for high availability and disaster recovery, HA and DR, HA and DR. So to fulfill HA and DR, I am going to maintain three copies. For example, three copies. In that, Microsoft is charging one copy as a free, sir. Microsoft is not charging. Now you need to pay for 12 codes. You need to pay for 12 codes. Total 24 codes you are paying, sir. 24 codes you are paying the licensing part, whole licensing. But from since 2019 November, okay, Microsoft is offering you need to pay only for 12 codes. You no need to pay for DR. You no need to pay for secondary. You no need to pay for DR. You no need to pay for secondary. Secondary from November 2019 onwards, Microsoft enhanced the licensing using software assurance benefits. With the new software assurance benefits, Microsoft enhanced licensing part for HA and DR. Not only this one, sir, Microsoft is also enhanced. Okay. Okay. See, sir, Microsoft is also enhanced database consistency check, log backup, full backups, monitoring the resource means you can go to the secondary, you can take the backup on secondary, you can take the full backup on secondary, you can take the log backup on secondary, you can run the DBCC check DB on secondary replica, you can monitor the usage on secondary replica as well. Microsoft is not charging anything. He enhanced a lot, sir, from 2019 onwards. From 2019 onwards, he enhanced a lot in terms of licensing using software assurance benefit. Got it, everyone?
This readable secondary is chargeable, no? Correct. If you are
No,
not
no,
configuring
no,
readable.
no. It's not chargeable, sir. Now.
So what we have multiple secondaries?
Yeah, this is multiple secondaries only, right?
No, no, not DR. I mean, it's like okay, we can have
My
two or
question
more
is
passive.
within the same data center, there are multiple
Yeah,
secondaries that
passives.
Yeah,
charge.
multiple secondaries.
Yeah.
Oh, that time again, we need to talk to Microsoft, sir, how the licensing is working.
Okay.
Yeah, always, sir, create a case to the Microsoft team when you are having any queries who are working as a DBS. Okay, Is there any possibility where I can create the case to the Microsoft? You can create the case to the Microsoft to get more knowledgeable on the licensing part, sir. Mostly, rare case you will get, sir, when maybe your experience is growing, our experience is growing. Maybe we will get a chance. If we get a chance, maybe you need to take that great opportunity. I think one more replica is also free, sir. Yeah, but let's add that point as well. Okay.
So these benefits are available in cloud or in on-prem?
Next, sir, this is on-prem. This is on-prem. Okay. Same. If you go to the cloud, sir, if you go to the cloud before 2019, assume one VM is you are placing in on-prem. Okay, one VM you are placing in cloud, sir. You are going to pay, see, okay, 24 cores before 2019. From 2019, using software assurance benefit, what Microsoft is doing, right? You no need to pay, sir. Even your data is going from on-prem to cloud. Microsoft is not charging. Microsoft is not charging. This is on-prem to cloud. If you are placing one VM in on-prem, one VM in cloud, Microsoft is not charging, sir.
And Subbu, we can take with this new software assurance benefit, we can take backups and all from the DR side, right?
Yes, sir. That is in additional to the high availability and disaster recovery benefits. The
Yeah.
following operations are also allowed on the passive replica.
Log backup, full backup,
Yeah.
monitoring sources. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but can we take differential backup as well? Because that's not mentioned here.
No, sir. No,
Differential.
sir. No. Differential backup is not allowed in any secondary replicas.
Is that
When you,
a restriction or is that not possible at all?
restrictions, sir, it's not possible. No, it's not possible. Even when you go for MI, is also not possible, sir. In MI also, you can't take the differential backup. You can take the copy only full backup. You can take the traditional log backup. In MI, like in always and also same, sir.
So even if we take it, it throws an error. That's what you meant, right?
Yes, sir. You can't take differential backup. If you want differential backup, go and take the backups only on primary.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
We'll
is it,
yeah, that's
no,
what we'll
my
discuss, sir.
question.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
discuss backup with the live demos only. So we'll configure whole allogreen scripts. We'll configure native maintenance plans, and we'll trigger in front of you. Let's see how the backups are taking. Okay, that time you will get to know. There is a concept called fn underscore db underscore is preferred replica function. There is a function called is preferred replica. If it is a preferred replica, then go and take the backups. If it is not a preferred replica, you can skip that backup on that replica. So when you are going to configure the backups, you need to specify all the parameters.
Okay.
Got it? No? Yes?
Yes.
So this is enhancement done, sir. And there is one more concept, Azure hybrid benefit. I not discuss anything here, sir. When we are discussing cloud, I will discuss about how Azure hybrid benefit is working. Okay, how you can convert your on-premises license to the cloud license. You can go and get the pass. You can also go and get in the IaaS as well using Azure hybrid benefits. So remember the terminology. Okay, Azure hybrid benefits, core-based license, server plus cal-based license, and Microsoft enhanced from November 1st onwards using software assurance benefit, Microsoft enhanced. So you will get to know, sir, all this information. Okay. So what are the enhancement done on by Microsoft? Okay, from November 1st onwards. I will share this block in our description link. I will place this block in the description link, sir. This Microsoft block only. Got it? About licensing? No? Yes, sir.
One question, Shubhu. So let's say I have 100 users. Okay, all are connecting to one application. Okay, that is hosted on one server, and that application server connects to the database. So for in this case, the CAL license will be for one client only, right? One application server
Device,
only,
one client device, sir. One
one
device.
client device only,
Yeah, yeah.
not for
That from device multiple users can access, right? It's not like one user.
uh, Correct.
Yeah.
Because users are not directly connecting to the device; they are connecting the
Yeah.
application. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Like, see, that's what, when you go for app server level, we have multiple devices, multiple environments, right? They will keep like a batch servers, web servers, web servers. So they will keep multiple. If how many devices want to connect. So if you are having n number of, then per core based license is the best, sir. Unlimited devices, unlimited users can access.
Yeah.
Subbu, can you help me show what is the kind of license on server level, or where to find the license devices? You told about
Yeah, yeah, I
server
will, I
plus.
will, I will show you, sir. I will show you. So whenever
Okay,
we install the SQL Server, that time we'll provide. Once we install the SQL Server, where you will go and check that licensing, we'll see, sir. Yeah, definitely.
okay, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Not okay, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, sir. Now, one more thing. Editions. Okay. SQL Server editions. Okay. So when you go for editions, so let's go for anything is fine, sir. Let's go for edition, sir. So when you go here, you can find SQL Server 2016, 2017, 2019, 2022. Most of the time, sir, when you get a chance to perform the new build, always try to encourage to go for the latest versions. Okay, always you need to go for the latest versions, because you will get the support. Okay, good support, sir, because Microsoft is going to support for 2033. 2000 till 2033, Microsoft is going to support for 2022 version. Means almost 11 years you are get not 11 years. We are in 2024, right? 6 plus 3, almost 9 years you will get the support from today onwards. From today on, you onwards you are getting 9 years support. Okay, always when you get a new build request, always try to encourage to go for the latest, sir. 2022, 2019. Okay, instead of going for 2014, 2016, 2017, we can prefer on 2022, we can prefer on 2019, because lot of enhancement done by Microsoft, and you will also get support, good support, sir. If you go for 2019 till 2030, you will get the support. If you go for 2022 till 2033, you will get the support. You will get the support, extended support. So always try to prefer the latest SQL Server versions, sir. Always you try to prefer the latest SQL Server versions. As I told you, we are having Enterprise Edition, Standard Edition, Web Edition, Developer Edition, Express Edition. Mostly we'll go for Standard Edition. Also we'll go for Express Edition, sir. Express Edition. Some projects will completely work with the Express Edition. Okay. Most of the time you will see the Standard Edition, and 5 to 10% you will see the Enterprise Editions, because the license cost will be vary. Express Edition is completely free, sir. Okay. Developer Edition is also free from 2014 version onwards, sir. From 2014, from the 2000 sequel 2014 onwards, free. But officially they made it okay on 2016. Officially they made it on, but a couple of blocks. Okay, we are getting the 2000 from 2014 onwards. Onwards, the developer edition is a free. Developer edition is a free, but from SQL Server 2016 onwards, completely your developer edition is also free, sir. Express edition is free, developer edition is a free. Okay, standard edition is little bit expensive, and enterprise edition is too much expensive. Just now we look into that, right? And you can go for software assurance, licensing, and related documents here. Now, sir, one thing. Okay, if you scroll down now, what is the okay, Subbu? You are telling that there are different editions. Okay, what are the major things I need to look into in terms of resources? There are limitations, sir. Okay, so when you go for enterprise edition, operating system maximum system maximum means whatever the resource you allocated to the operating system, everything it can be usable, sir, to the SQL Server. There is no restrictions. Okay, but when you go for standard edition, maximum you can use 4 socket with 24 cores. 24 cores. Maximum you can go for 4 socket and you can go for 24 cores. Beyond that, you can't. Can I increase? Your system your OS is having 8 sockets and 32 cores. Can I use it to SQL Server? No, you can't use it, sir. One instance can hold maximum 4 socket with 24 cores. With 24 cores, and even analysis service also there is a restriction. And in terms of memory, in terms of memory, maximum you can allocate 128 GB only when you are installing SQL on standard edition. If you, sir, you need to remember at least this value, sir. Okay, what is the major difference you will see with enterprise edition, standard edition means majorly resource limitation. So maximum I can use 24 cores, maximum I can use 128 GB of RAM. SQL can't use more than 128 GB of RAM, even you are having more than 128 GB RAM in the operating system, sir. It can't use. It will use maximum 128 GB of RAM. So when you go for web edition, 64 GB of RAM. When you go for Express with advanced services, only 1.4 GB. So when you go for Express, 1.4 MB. Hey, yeah. So there is a limitation in the memory when you specially go for enterprise edition, standard edition. For no one will ask about these three, sir. They may concentrate only on these two. Okay, remember these two. Remember these two values. This one, this one. There is a limitation. There is a limitation. So this limitation you need to remember when you go for enterprise edition, when you go for standard edition. Core level limitation along with memory level limitation. Now there are lots, are again, if you scroll down, there are a lot of features are available. So lock shipping, mirroring, backup compression, snapshot, always on failure instance, always on availability group, basic availability group, contained always availability group, distributed always on availability group. So what you wanted to implement, why you are installing SQL Server, what features they are expecting from this installation. So for example, they are installing SQL Server for distributed always on availability group. Can standard edition is compatible? Is standard edition is compatible for distributed always on availability group? No,
No.
no, you can't suggest, sir. Hey, you want distributed always on availability group, and you want standard edition is not compatible. So we need to definitely go for enterprise edition. If you want distributed always on available DAG, if you want distributed always on availability group, we want to go for enterprise edition only. If you want always on availability group, you need to go for enterprise edition only. I don't want always on availability group. I want basic availability group. Then I can go for standard edition. There are lot of limitations are here. So anyhow, we will discuss all this stuff. Most of the stuff we'll discuss, sir. Okay, that time you can understand. So how I can say that my application will suits for your standard edition, my application will suits for enterprise edition means what they're expecting from this installation, what sort of features they are expecting, so that you can come here, you can validate, okay, this feature is compatible, this feature is not compatible. Okay, so if you go for encryptions, okay, see, before SQL Server 2017, okay, security. See, sir, before 2019, TD is not compatible in the standard edition. TD is not compatible in the standard edition means transparent data encryption. If I want transparent data encryption, okay, I wanted to encrypt my data, I wanted to encrypt my database, okay, and I wanted to install standard edition. Will this is compatible in 2017? No. 2016? No. But 2019, yes, sir, it is compatible. From 2019, Microsoft enhanced TDE in standard edition as well. In standard edition, this is also one point you need to remember, sir. What is the major difference you will see with the standard edition enterprise edition means? Okay, so TD is not compatible till SQL Server 2019 in the standard edition. From 2019, even in the standard edition also we can install TDE. We can install TDE, transparent data encryption. So at least I'm not saying that you need to remember everything here. Okay, whatever Microsoft is mentioned, at least couple of things. What are the couple of things, sir? Resources you need to remember. Okay, always on availability group you need to remember. Online indexing you need to remember. We are going to cover. Okay, and uh, a security part you need to remember at least, so that your interview will also impress that you remember at least 5 to 6 points, 4 to 6 points. Okay, difference between standard edition and enterprise edition. Got you, everyone?
Okay, Subbu, socket stands for the connectivity.
Sorry, sir. Socket. So
Socket
processor.
stands for. Okay.
No. Connectivity is something different. The socket. So where you will, sir, if you open your laptop, there will be motherboard, right? On the motherboard, they need to place the Intel Core processor. Where they are going to place on the socket only, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Means the course. Okay.
Yeah. Physical core, on the socket, you will place the physical core processor. That physical core processor contains the logical process internally, sir. Yeah. Connectivity is something different, sir.
Subbu, there is a confusion regarding the ports, sockets, everything. Do you have any pictures representing all that?
Sir,
Just as a
anytime someone, when you open your laptop, when you are cleaning your laptop, you open the back and you see the motherboard, right?
Mhm.
Yes, there will be motherboard, right? On motherboard, where you will place your Intel chips, sir, where you will place?
Other
Somewhere you will stick, right? Somewhere you will stick,
right.
right? There,
Yes.
wherever you are sticking, that is the socket. On that socket, you are sticking the core, physical
Okay.
core. On that physical core, what they are doing internally, there will be logical cores. Getting?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, we'll discuss CPU, right? That time I will add that picture, sir, for your understanding. I think I already added, sir. I hope I
You
already
mean
added.
it means like the processor which we are placing, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So
Yes.
the socket stands for the processor where we are placing. So,
Correct. That's it, sir. So how many sockets you are having? Uh, 1 second, sir. Let me. Okay. Everyone able to see? So this is your system. Motherboards are here. Okay. You will place this in the socket. You will place the processors. That processor contains the logical processors. Logical processor. This is the core. On the socket, you are going to place the processor. On the processor, this is a physical processor you will place. On the physical processor, we are having logical process. Like logical process is how I can say means, for example, 16 in my laptop, 12 core logical processors are available for eight physical cores, 12 logical processors. Out of that, four logical processors are energy efficient processors. Uh, uh, eight log- uh, Six logical processors are energy efficient processors. Six logical processors are performance processors. They need to they will convert our backend in the backend that logical processors, because whenever you are spinning something, it should not throttle the CPUs. It should not throttle the CPUs. See, so these are all my in 8 cores: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 logical, 8 physical cores, 12 logical cores. These are all the 12 logical cores. Out of these 12 logical cores, I am having 6 energy efficient cores, 6 high performance cores, high performance cores. That is how they will segregate internally. So that whenever you are spinning something, your CPU should not throttle. Getting my point? Throttling. CPU should not throttling, sir. That is how they will make it designing. But sometimes there may be some issue with the processors. There may be they're not properly optimized the processor. That time, if you are passing some load, okay, maybe these four cores are a little bit not throttling, but this cores are throttling like anything. Maybe they're not properly designed. When you throttle the CPU, sir, that time we can notice, like what I can say. Mm, um, okay. Why this much fast it is going? Uh, No, no. Maybe I need to change the code. Oh, maybe I change the instance name, all the stuff. Okay, okay, sir. So that time it will throttle, sir. See, this CPU is little bit throttle. This CPU is also throttle. This CPU is also throttle. This thread is also throttle. This thread is also throttling, right? So this is the logical, sir. And there is on top of that there is a concept called NUMA. Again, there is a concept called NUMA. We'll see, sir, all when we are discussing CPU, when we are discussing memory. Okay, what is a NUMA? Every socket, if we need to encourage the NUMA concept, which will improve the performance of the memory allocation, memory assigning. If you go for memory level, because internally there will be memory controller. Internally there will be memory controller, which is controlling the allocation, memory allocation, sir. Yeah. Questions? No? Yes?
Good for now.
Okay. No, sir. Sir, there are two types of installation we'll do. One is the standalone installation. One is the cluster installation. One is standalone installation. One is cluster installation. Let's stick with the standalone installation, sir. Okay. Uh, After 30 days, we'll go for the cluster level. That time, I will let you know what are the things we wanted to take in care when you are going to install SQL on clusters. Okay, SQL on clusters. As of now, stick with the standalone installation. Okay, this is completely standalone installation, sir. Okay, we need to stick with this standalone installation. For example, you got a new build request. You got a ticket, sir. You got a ticket, new build request. Okay, you got a ticket. Okay, you got a ticket to install the SQL Server, SQL 2019. Okay, standard edition on Dell SQL 195. Okay, you got a request. You got a request and you wanted to install SQL Server. You got a request. You wanted to install SQL Server. Okay, okay, on this server, you wanted to install the SQL Server. Some people they will mention clearly what are the features you wanted to install, what are the things they are expecting from this one. They will clearly mention in this ticket. Some people simply, or your team lead or your manager will simply that, hey, hi, DBA team, can you someone take this request? Can you go and install the SQL Server on respect to server? On respect to server, will you go and install the SQL Server? And they're not specified what version, what edition, they're not specified, sir. You may get some healthy kind of request. Sometimes you won't get that kind of healthy kind of request. Simply they will ping us, they will drop a mail. Would you go and install the SQL Server, all the stuff. Now, before you install the SQL Server, what are the things I need to take in care? After they install the SQL Server, what are the things I need to take in care? These are the two things, sir. Before installation, what are the things I need to take in care? After the installation, what are the things I need to take in care? This is something very important, sir. So prerequisites, pre, post, post requisites, prerequisites. Before you install SQL Server, what are the things you will take in care? After you install the SQL Server, what are the things you will take in care? This is very important, sir. This is very important. First, let's start, sir. Assume I am telling everything for the standalone only, sir. Don't think cluster now today. After 30 days, once we start the cloud, We will discuss everything cloud, sir. We are going to build a complete from scratch to end level. We'll build the complete clusters. Okay. We'll build the clusters. We'll build the always on from scratch level. Uh, we'll build the clusters on Windows Server 2016. We will build the clusters on Windows Server 2019. We'll see the differences between Windows Server 2016, Windows Server 2019, and we'll see what are the differences, what are the enhancement done, how to overcome those enhancement, what are the challenges you will face. We'll see everything at the cluster level, sir. Forget about cluster level. It's a traditional standalone VM. Okay, it's a traditional standalone VM. On the traditional standalone VM, we are going to discuss how to install standalone SQL. How to install standalone SQL. First, sir, when you before you go for installation, you need to get some questions on our mind. We need to get some question on our mind, sir. What are those questions means? Okay, what type of installation it is? It is standalone installation or it is a cluster installation? Okay, which version? Okay, what type of installation you wanted to perform? You wanted to perform and which version? This is the basics, sir. Which version? Which edition? Okay, which version? Which edition? This is a basic. Which version I need? Which edition I need? What is the software hardware requirement? Okay, that I will discuss tomorrow, sir. Now, till this part, no worries. Okay, this is the basic requirement. Okay, which version, which edition, you will get the license key, or in build there will be license key. You no need to explicitly get the license key every time. In build, if you are getting the license key, we are happy, sir. Otherwise, we'll ask the application team, can you please provide the license key while we are going to install the we are trying to install the SQL Server. We are trying to install the SQL Server. Will you provide the license key? Okay, till here, okay, fine. Now, what are the DBA things we need to consider means whenever you are going to install the SQL Server, sir, okay, we need to follow some best practices. Okay, so basically we are going to maintain the databases. Every database contains the data file, log files. Okay, data files, log files. So as per the best practices, mostly we'll go for all the binary files to the C drive. That is also we won't encourage, sir. That is also we won't encourage. Okay, we can create one separate drive. Okay, we can encourage to create the separate drive like a E drive or D drive, any drive. So drive letter can be anything. So encourage a separate drive with 10 GB storage or 15 GB storage. Okay, or 20 GB storage with minimal storage, sir. Keep all your binary files in the E drive along with the system databases. Along with the system databases. So that is the one best practice we'll follow, sir. So whenever I'm installing SQL Server, every installation you will have the binary files, right? Which will by default it will go to the C drive. By default it will go to the C drive, sir. Every laptop you are having C drive. In the program files you will see all these are the binary files related to that product. Like same, whenever you are installing SQL Server, our SQL Server will also go to the C drive only. Instead of going for C drive, why can't you encourage your application team? I will create a separate drive, E drive, which having 15 GB, 20 GB storage to store all my binary information along with my system databases. I will keep in this drive. This drive technically we are calling as a binary file drive. Does it make sense? First thing, everyone? No? Getting, sir? So this is the one best practice we'll suggest. Next thing, always try to encourage to keep the data files in one drive. Okay. Log files in one drive. Okay. TempDB in separate drive. Backups, sir. Okay. Try to keep it in separate drive as per the best practice. This is also means you are going to create the E drive for binary files and system databases. You are going to create one drive for data file. You are going to create one drive for log file. You are going to create one drive for TempDB. You are going to create a separate drive for the backup. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally 5 disks you are suggesting to store your data. To store your data. Getting for database engine, sir. This is for database engine. When you are going to install database engine, why can't you encourage your application team go for the best practices, keep separate drive for data files, keep separate drive for log files, keep separate drive for tempdb, keep separate drive for backup, keep separate drive for the binary files along with the system databases. Got it, everyone? So if you are not following this one, so most of the installation of what we will do, right? We'll keep the data files, log files, tempdb, everything in single drive, and we are expecting the good performance, sir. We are keeping everything in single drive, and if we want good performance, how SQL will give the good performance until you configure best. So we need to configure best, sir. If you are configuring a best, SQL Server will give the best performance.
One thing, see, normally what I have seen that one drive they are dividing only in partition wise, but physically there is no separate reader write head in them, no. But in how we will
We'll
solve
go for
that kind of
mount
scenario?
points. So we'll go for mount points also. Mount disk, right? You are expecting mount disk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, mount disk.
Separate lens.
Yeah, so mount disk. So from where, anyhow, we are having a session, sir, when we are discussing cluster, how you will create the mount disk, how you will attach that mount disk to the SQL. We are going to discuss, okay? So
Yeah, okay.
how you are going to place. So this, let's stick with the traditional disk, sir. Mount disk, can I talk in cluster? Is it fine,
Yeah,
sir?
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because you may confuse a lot. Okay, first stick with the standalone disk. Mostly we'll go for standalone disk, sir. Rare case you will also see the mount disk. Rare case you will also see the mount disk. Anyhow, I will discuss that concept in the clusters. Make sense?
So, one more question.
Yeah.
Are we installing the SQL on Linux as well? Is that a part of the curriculum?
Yeah, sir. That is also in my brain. Okay.
Sorry, I'm
Definitely.
asking
No, no,
these
no, no.
questions.
No. Because I want to know about Linux a little bit, sir. Because right? We are going to start the PostgreSQL as well, so everything will sit under Linux only.
You're
I
so
think,
looking forward for that.
yeah, definitely, sir. Okay, definitely.
And one more thing to you and the team regarding the last webinar we attended in Bangalore. It was about people integration on Linux, right?
Your voice is not that much clear, sir.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. I was saying that when I attended the webinar SQL DBA meetup, right? There was one session regarding the SQL Server installation on Linux, and they implemented the containers as well. So within less than 2 minutes, they implemented always on availability on the three nodes. It was all on the container, and they showed the calculations as well. So I was blown away by the implementation and
Yeah. Yes, sir.
so
There is a
just want to
concept
share
called,
the information.
There is a concept called GitHub. Sorry. Docker. Sorry, Docker.
Yes.
Okay, Docker. Docker is a container. Kubernetes is a container. Okay.
Yes.
Docker, what we can do, right? Docker, there is a concept called image. Okay, first we'll create the images using YAML
Okay.
program. Using YAML program, we'll create the image in the Docker and we'll upload. So, for example, if you wanted to, this is the Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a public repository, sir. Public
Okay.
repository. So
Okay.
if you can get everything here public only. So if you want to download this one, you can go and download. So what you need to do install, you need to install the Docker on your Linux box. Okay, Docker on Linux box. And what you need to do, I don't want design the I don't know YAML program. For example, I don't know YAML program, but I want to install SQL on the Docker container. Okay, how you can do means, how we can do means, not user, sorry. So we can go to the Docker Hub, where they're already having the predefined images with the respect to YAML program. Okay, now you can go to this one and you can download the image. Once you download that image, you can now create the container. See, this is the image you are pulling. This image contains Microsoft SQL Server 2019. So when you go here, you will find that how that image looks like, what are the ports, how to start later on. So yes, sir. This is very interesting and very different concept. Containers. You
No,
can place
the reason why I wanted to bring this point is that the ease with which the containers were implemented and distributed always on distributed was implemented. So it was in just a matter of few minutes. So otherwise it would take some time, little longer in Windows, right? So
right.
just an information to the team, just an information.
In my mind, Docker is also, sir. Uh, I know Docker. Okay. So I know
Okay,
how to
many
write the
thanks.
YAML program, how the image is working. But a long story, long back story. It is not a recent story. A long back story. Yeah, sir. In my mind, there are a lot of stuff. That's what to implement time. You need to. Who is that? Where is Sai? Okay, yeah, Sai is not there. I will talk off the recording, sir. Okay, yeah. Okay, what is in my mind? I will talk off the recording. Okay. Now, see, sir. Okay, let's stick with here. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for bringing. Okay, in my mind also there is a concept called Docker. I know because so I trained the DevOps team as well, so I know how these tools are working in the backend. But long back story, not fresh story, sir. This is.
Super, sorry to interrupt again. So, will the installation on containers also have an effect on the licensing part?
No, sir, containers also containing this only, sir. Again, see here in this YAML program, whatever whatever the image you are writing, right? In that YAML program, you will specify what operating system you want, which version you want, which features you want. Okay, you will specify everything in this image only. Getting my point?
Okay, okay.
Okay, here you will specify, okay, you want Linux, you want Windows. Okay, on top of this, you are going to install this one, which edition you want. You will specify in and out in this image only. In this image, basically, what you are doing, you are downloading the product, you are clicking, you are opening the product, you are clicking next, 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 next. That's it. That is our installation is done. Correct?
Correct.
No, I don't want to do that one, sir. I can design everything here. I can design everything here. Now, once I pull this one, this will do behalf of you. Little bit quicker.
Okay.
Yeah, this will do behalf of you because you can design your own image, or you can copy the image and you can do the modification on that image.
Okay. So I was under assumption that the license might change here in the container.
Little bit, sir. I think I'm not that much strong. Okay, containers. I know how the containers will work, but I am not strong at how SQL container will work. Okay, because when I work for this one, I worked for Ansible, Puppet to install on the Docker to work with the Docker that time. Okay, not with the SQL Server. Okay. Uh, if time permits, let's try to bring that one as well, sir. Once I all my things set to complete, because I told you, right, I have a lot of things set to record. Okay, I closed all things. Come
Okay,
on.
not a problem. So whenever time permits, do share those information.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so our first mind, sir, please, when you are installing SQL Server, make sure that where I need to keep my data files, where I need to keep my log files, where I need to keep my tempdb, where I need to keep my backups, where I need to keep binary files. This is the one best practice we'll follow, sir, if you are working with the database engine. So we are having rest of the engines also, right? a reporting service is there, analysis service is there. So mostly what we will do, right? We will keep analysis service, reporting services also in any one of these disk only. Okay. Assume if your analysis service is little bit widely using in that VM, if your analysis service is widely using in that VM, don't keep analysis service related data in this disk, sir, because these disks are belong to only SQL database engine, only SQL Server database engine, sir. No application data should be placed, no analysis data should be placed, no reporting, sir. Everything keep in a separator. Create one more drive for reporting services. Create one more drive for. Assume no one will create all this stuff, but again, that is how we need to encourage our best practices. Being our experiences growing, right? So we need to encourage our application team. If analysis service is widely using, assume if analysis service is widely using, okay, talk to your application team, convey them, okay, portray some issues what you identified, tell them, hey, database engine is one of the powerful. Again, you are making one more engine which is running on the same VM, and this is also widely using. So there is lot of resource chunk is happening, lot of storage chunk is happening. Why can't you move the analysis service to different VM, a dedicated VM? If your analysis service is widely using, if your analysis service is widely using, why can't you move the analysis services to the different VM? Okay, straight away we won't go and tell to application team, sir. We need to do a lot of research, okay, before we go and talk to that application team. Okay, what are the action items we are requesting, whether they are happy to proceed those actions or not. Okay, so please make a note down. Out of that, one thing is very important, where you are going to keep the data files, log files, all the stuff, sir. Very, very important point. Clear? Is it fine, everyone? No? Yes?
Yes, Subbu.
Yes, got it.
Now, sir, once it is done, now there is a concept called authentication mode, sir. Okay, when you are installing SQL Server, there will be window called authentication mode. So there will be mixed mode and Windows mode. Okay, Windows mode and mixed mode, and you will get one more, sir. That is nothing but enter ID. There are three, sir, basically. Enter ID, Windows, mixed mode. In when you go for cloud also, okay, you will get enter ID. Enter ID is nothing but Azure Active Directory, sir. Earlier it is Azure Active Directory. Now Microsoft has been renamed into the enter ID. Okay, what logins I need to allow? What logins? Only Windows logins I need to allow, or SQL logins also I need to? Mixed is nothing but SQL, sir. SQL. Whether I need to allow the SQL logins, whether I need to allow only Windows logins, that is also one best practice, sir. You need to take care. So basically, when you are installing SQL Server, we will choose a mixed mode, but we won't encourage the SQL login, sir. But we will choose the mixed mode because in future, if there is any application compatibility and they are coming to us and asking that, hey, I want SQL login, that time, if you wanted to enable mixed mode, you need downtime. Means you need to restart the SQL, sir. If I'm switching from Windows to mixed, you need to restart the SQL Server. You need to restart the SQL Server. See, when I go here, when you go to the security, okay, if I wanted to switch from here to here, Windows to mixed, you need to restart the SQL services. So to avoid future downtime, okay, some people will try to encourage to create the mixed mode, okay, mixed mode when you are installing SQL Server. But some people strictly, for example, banking sector, okay, insurance sector, they will strictly will tell that we don't want any SQL authentication. We want only Windows authentication. We want only Windows authentication. We need to use only Windows logins, because Windows logins, they will feel more comfortable. Sorry, not comfortable. Sorry, more securable, because all your Windows logins are going to maintain by Active Directory. Okay, no worries. when we are going to discuss the clusters, I will show you how to install Active Directory, how to configure domain controller, how Active Directory is working, how a domain controller is working. Everything we'll discuss from the scratch level, sir. Okay. Just remember the terminologies. We will discuss Active Directory, Azure Active Directory, on-prem Active Directory, everything from the scratch level only. You will get to know clear understanding. Okay. Make sense, everyone? So when you are installing SQL Server, we need to take in care about authentication mode. Either I need to go for Windows authentication or I need to go for mixed authentication. If you are going for mixed authentication, you need to specify the password for SA, system administrator. You need to specify, sir, when you choose that mixed authentication, you need to specify this password. Okay, you need to get that password. Okay, you can ask any one of your team member, being you are new to the project, right? What passwords we are creating for SA accounts? What passwords we are creating for SA? These are all the KT questions, sir. These are all the KT questions. What password we are going to set the SA account, and where we are going to store our passwords? Where we are storing the passwords? Mostly, every industry they will store the passwords in the CyberArk, sir. There is a URL called CyberArk. Okay, in that CyberArk we'll store all our passwords. One thing is very important, sir. When you are going for mixed mode, you need to specify the SA account, sir. I will discuss everything. What is Windows? What is mixed? What is this SA? When we are discussing security, sir. Okay. After restore, we are going to start with the security only, right? That time you will get to know what is Windows mode, what is mixed mode, what is the SA account. Everything we'll discuss in depth, sir. Okay, no worries. Now, one of the topmost prerequisites is service account. Service account, sir. Very, 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 very important. So very, very important. The service account is very important. Everyone, please make a note down. Okay. Some people will maintain the common service account. Some people will maintain the common service account. Either you are using in production, development, test, anywhere, whatever the instance you are installing for that application. Sir, assume RBA2 is my application. For this application, I am having prod, I am having dev, I am having test. Prod, I am having two instance. Dev, I am having one instance. Okay. Test, I am having two instance. Okay. They will maintain the same username, same service account for all the instance, or they will maintain separate service account. That depends on your project, sir. We can't relay which one they will use. Some people will maintain the common service account for whole application. Okay, whole application. Some people will follow every instance they will follow unique use service account. Nothing, sir. When you open services.msc, okay, sir, this is your service, right? This is your account, service account. Okay, so for your SQL service, what is the account you are running? That is nothing but service account, sir. This is account, this is service. So service account, dedicatedly, this login we are going to use only to run the SQL services. This account, whatever the login you are going to create, sir, that's a login only. Service account is a login only. Technical terms, login only. But that login we are going to use only to run the SQL services. That login we are going to use to run only the SQL service. So, what you are going to follow, sir? Either your application team is maintaining the service account and password, or every time you need to create the ticket, sir. I will tell you two things. Try to understand. So service accounts is very important when you are installing SQL Server. Either you are installing SQL Server in standalone, either you are installing SQL Server on cluster, you need service account. You need service account. Service account is the very important, sir. Service account is very important. So now, sir, some of the application team, they will hold the service account. And if you ask, hey, can you please provide the service account username and password? We are going to proceed the installation. They will share the username and password, sir. You need to specify when you are installing the SQL Server that username and password. But But sometimes, okay, you need to create the ticket. Okay. So in my whole organization, sir, what is the hierarchy we followed means, okay. So we are having IT services, IT services team. So first, what I will do, I will go to the IT services URL. I will create the ticket. Create the ticket. So when you are creating the ticket, sorry, ticket, right? When you are going to create the ticket, very, very important, sir, your server is belong to which domain? Which domain? So no worries. I will configure domain, I will configure Active Directory, everything I will configure from scratch level, sir. Don't get panic, okay? Just understand the logics. So every server will belong to domain, sir. Domain. Like, so for example, if you open CMD, command prompt, okay, ping, what is my server name, sir? Host name, host name, host name. Okay, I will get the server name, right? Let's copy the server name. Ping server name. If you enter, here you are just getting the server name, sir. Here you are getting the server name, but in real world, you will get server name dot domain name dot com. So for example, in my previous organization, we use NA, SA, AP, okay, upstream, downstream, okay, EA. So the EA, XTO, XPO. So we are maintaining these many domains in my previous company. Okay, we are maintaining these many domains. NA is nothing but North America, SA is nothing but South America, AP is nothing but Asia Pacific, upstream, downstream, which are belong to Gulf countries, sir. Okay, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. So our servers are hosted on upstream and downstream, and EA, Europe Asia, and XPO are the other third party vendors, sir. We are going to support every monthly. We'll go to those servers and we'll do some validations and we'll update to those separate team. Okay, so your server, whatever you are going to install, your server is belong to which domain? First, you need to get the domain name, sir. Very, very important. When you are going to create the ticket to create the service account, again I'm repeating, when you are going to create the ticket to the service account, that time what you need to do, first go and ping the server. On which server you are going to install SQL Server, right? Go and ping the server, you will get the domain name like this, server name dot domain name dot com. Now your service account also should be part of same domain. Very, 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 very important, sir. Whatever the service account you are going to create, right? That service account is also should be part of same domain. That is one best practice you need to follow. So I will go to the IT services. First, I will ping. I will get the domain name of the server, and I will try to create the service account, sir. Basically, okay. Basically, my login, sir. How my login looks like means NASCTB. This is my login, sir. To connect to the server, all this is my login. How service accounts will be there, right? NA/access SQL server name. This is the standard we'll follow. Okay, this domain will also change based on which server we are going to install. My server is belong to NA domain, will make NA. If SA domain, will make SA. If it is AP domain, will make AP. So whenever you are taking KT, you need to ask, okay, whether we are going to, who is going to maintain the service account. So whether application team is maintaining the service account or we need to create the service accounts. So if you wanted to create the service account, what is the best practice we are following? What is the standard approach we are following to create the service account? So this is how standard will follow, sir. We'll create the ticket. Usually for us, it will take 1 day. Okay, 1 day. Once it create the ticket, okay, what we will do, right? You will get the username and password. Once you get the username and password, you need to change the name, sir. Sorry. You need to reset the password immediately. Otherwise, this password will expire in 1 or 2 days. This password will expire in 24 hours or 48 hours, whatever the policy they have set it. So once, for example, today you are working on this request, tomorrow and day after tomorrow you are on leave. Okay, that time when you are going to create, it will ask you to whom I need to send the password. Okay, that time you should not provide your username. Whoever is supporting for tomorrow and day after tomorrow, provide their name, sir. The password will go to them, and tell them before you leave. Tell them, hey, I created the ticket to service account, so you will get the password. Go and change the password. So how you will change the password is, okay. So go and search on your laptop OSK. Go and search on your laptop OSK. OSK. OSK, sir. On screen keyboard. Okay, on screen keyboard you will get, when you search for this one, you will get on screen keyboard. What you need to write on from your keyboard, press alt, control alt. From your keyboard you need to press alt, sir, control alt. With the mouse you need to press the delete button, sir. With the mouse you need to press the delete button. You will get the change password. That time provide this account and whatever the password you received, and you need to set the password. Maybe it can be 16-digit passwords, maybe it can be 24-digit passwords or 25-digit passwords, sir. What is the password algorithm also you need to get in the KT. What is the password algorithm also you need to get in the KT. So go to the password generator. Okay, password generator. Okay, password generator, for example 16 characters. Go to the last pass, sir. Last pass. Okay. Yeah, last pass is also best, sir. We will store all our passwords in the last pass. Couple of organization, they will store all their passwords, username, passwords in the last pass. Okay. You can generate the password here. You can generate the password here, sir. That is how we will follow, sir. Service account basically will generate the password. Try for free. No. Wait, sir. I don't want. Yeah. So here I need. Let me delete it, sir. So I need 25 characters. Okay. Okay. Uppercase, lowercase, numeric symbol. Okay. Sorry. No, generate. First, I need to generate, right? Generate a little bit some interesting. Okay. This is something good, sir. I can copy this one and I can set the password. Okay. Once you set the password, okay. Once you set the password to the service account, so very easy. Don't think it is very complex. Okay. Installation is very easy, sir. SQL. When you, hey, come on. When you go to the Oracle, when you go for other technologies, SQL installation is very easy, sir. Very, very easy, straightforward. Only one thing, sir, who is going to maintain your service account, whether application team or you need to create a separate request. If you are going to create a separate request, you will follow the hierarchy. Okay, that is very easy. Once you receive the password, you will reset the password. Reset the password. Now, once you receive the password, reset the password, you know you need to save somewhere, right? You need to save some that username, that password somewhere, right? Okay, in future it will help us a lot. What we will do, right? So will maintain the CyberArk, sir. We will maintain the CyberArk. CyberArk. Anyone knows about CyberArk who is already working? Anyone? CyberArk. So the people who are starting the journey, sir, remember this one. Very important. 70 to 80% you will get the CyberArk only, sir. Even your login name and password will also store in the CyberArk. Nowadays we are going to store even our logins and passwords also in the CyberArk only. Our logins and passwords will expire every 8 hours. Every 8 hours, even our passwords will also expire. That time we need to go to the CyberArk, get the password again. So because security, sir, we are maintaining the security, right? CyberArk is a service where we are going to store basically our usernames and passwords. You can use CyberArk, you can use LastPass, Just now I open list. You can use the LastPass. You can use the CyberArk. You can use Azure Key Vault. You can use any third-party tools to store your username and password, service account and passwords. We don't know, sir, which platform they are using to store all our service account and passwords. Some people, funnily, they will store in Excel also, but that is not best practice, sir, to store our passwords in the Excel because it's visible, right? So once you create the service account, sir, I am telling my hierarchy. Will this hierarchy is applicable for your environment also? No, sir. Okay, may not. Don't get confused. Once I create the service account, once the service account is created, I reset the password. Next, what I will do, right? I will create one more ticket to add this service account to the CyberArk. To add this service account to the CyberArk. Once my account is added to the CyberArk, what is happening internally means my SQL Server service, my CyberArk will map internally. Will map internally. Getting my point? Will map internally, sir. Means whatever the password you set it using LastPass, right? This password. Once your service account, once your service account added to the CyberArk, there is a concept called reconcile, not recycle, sir, reconcile. Okay. When you open the CyberArk, there is a concept called reconcile. When you click on the reconcile, CyberArk will generate the new password. Even your SQL services also restarted and it will update with this password. Now, whatever the password here, both will map internally. That is the beauty of CyberArk, sir. You no need to copy the password again, go here, start everything. If you reconcile here, if you open the CyberArk, there is option called reconcile. When you reconcile, it will generate the new password. Whatever the password it generated, it will automatically update into the SQL services, and it will try to restart the SQL services as well. It will display, sir. It will display. When you open that CyberArk, you will see lot of stuff. Okay. So now, sir, you need to become little bit smarter. Okay. When you are the people who are starting the journey. So, for example, when you are taking KT, you need to ask where we are going to store all our service accounts. Okay. First, you need to ask a question, sir. Now they will tell, oh, okay, we are using CyberArk. Now your answer should be, okay, in my previous organization, we use LastPass. Now, for example, they are telling LastPass. You need to tell, okay, I used CyberArk. I don't know anything about LastPass. For example, they are asking a question before you asked. You told that we are using CyberArk. They are telling also CyberArk. They won't give KT for you. Now the challenge will start for you, sir. Please be smart. That's the reason I'm asking. Raise your voice now. Everyone, you need to be smart. Okay? You need to be smart because you don't know how CyberArk is working. You don't know how LastPass is working. Okay, if you're telling my previous company I am working like a CyberArk, okay? And they will, hey, here also we are using CyberArk, so no need to provide anything details. They won't provide you KT, sir. Please, smart. Raise your voice before they are asking question. Where we are going to store all our service accounts and our passwords. Oh, they are telling CyberArk. Oh, you are using CyberArk. Okay, we use completely LastPass. Can you help us on the CyberArk? How it will work? What are the things we need to take in care? Now they will provide the KT for you. Smart employees, sir. Okay, make sense, everyone? No, clear?
Subbu, just few questions around service account. So we are creating this account in domain. Just that's the best practice, right? But it can be a local user also on the Windows server also, right?
Mostly we won't encourage local users, sir.
But it,
Yeah, you
technically
can
it is
create.
possible.
You
Technically
can
it is
create.
possible. For but best practices says always create in a domain and then use that user, right?
Sir, no, wait. Windows logins you are not creating, sir. Who will create? Active Directory team will create.
Correct.
You won't create. You won't create any ticket also. Yeah, no. You will, for example, you are the team lead. Assume you are a team lead, and now you recruited one new employee. So you will create a ticket to the Active Directory team. Hey, this is the new employee. So you need to create a login and you need to add this login to the respective groups. So they will take care.
Correct.
But this is service account, sir. Okay. We need to take in care. Okay. So for this we are taking care about domain, all this stuff. For login something different, sir. Login something different. Service account is something different.
So service account is not created in AD.
No, it will create in AD
It
only.
is created
No,
only,
it will.
but
No, it will create in AD only. We are following certain standards because
okay.
this account is dedicatedly for to run the service.
Okay.
We are not using this account anywhere, sir. We are using only this account to run the services. I open services.msc, right, sir? Here.
Yeah, correct.
Only here.
So we will see that username here. Okay.
Yeah, here. You will get to know, sir. Once we go for after 30 days, we'll go for clusters, right? You will become Active Directory team, you will become storage team, you will become Windows team, you will become network team, you will become SQL team as well. Because no one will be there, right? Here. In real world, we are having different teams. We are playing easily. But here no one is there. You need to build a cluster. Now you need to become everything. You are the domain team, you are the ID team, you are the storage team, Windows team, network team, that team, this team, every team you will become here. So that time I will show you, sir, everything from scratch. You will get that time I will create the service account. That time I will create the logins, okay, to grant the permissions. Groups I will show you how it is working in Azure. Also I will show you, okay.
Yeah, and one more question, maybe a very basic question. So, is it mandatory to have a service account? Otherwise, if we don't create, then the SQL Server.exe can't run with system user. I mean,
No,
generally,
sir.
how
No. It's run with the local account, sir.
local account it will start.
But
Okay.
if you want to connect SQL Server remotely, again I'm repeating, if you want to connect SQL Server remotely, okay, you need service account.
Okay.
If you want connect SQL locally, then okay, local accounts is fine, sir. But if you want to get the data remotely, so from one instance to another instance, I want to traverse the data. Okay, so then definitely, if you want to do communication between one instance to another instance, you want service accounts.
Okay. Thanks, Subbu.
Good. Any other questions, sir? I will stop here. Tomorrow I will continue rest of the things and we'll go for installation, sir. I think it's overload to many of the people. But easy, sir. Don't get confused, okay? SQL installation is dead easy. Dead easy, sir. Don't think that, oh, okay, too many things are there, right? So it's very easy, sir. Once you go for installation, tomorrow we'll go for installation, right? Now, what I wanted to convey you is you need to follow the best practice, sir, before you perform the installation so that your SQL will, okay, very well, sir, can give best outputs. Question, sir. That's it. Tomorrow I will continue. Tomorrow we'll complete the installation, sir. Graphical user interface installations. No questions? Yep. Thank you. See you tomorrow, sir. If
Thank
no
you.
questions.
Thanks, Subbu.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah.